Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest today. We have Erica Ferencik, and she's from Framingham. She is an author, and her newest book is Into the Jungle. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Jan.
And the other one she had, her first one, was The River at Night. So we'll talk. Which one did you want? Is the most recent one?
Maybe talk the most recent, and then we can dive into the other one.
Now, The River at Night, right?
Yep.
When did you get this one out?
That one came out in January of 2017, which feels so long ago. And it's about 4 women who go whitewater rafting, and they go to the Allagash Territory, which is in northern Maine, very, very remote place where there's like 3 people per every 4,000 acres. Yeah. And they go whitewater rafting, lose the raft, and have to survive not only the wilderness, but a mother and son who have disappeared themselves for their own tragic reasons. And so it was just optioned by Miramax to be a film, so hopefully that will happen. I don't know.
That is terrific. It's a great picture of you. I always tell my authors, I always tell them, make sure you've got a picture of yourself on the back.
That's right.
People love to see.
Who does she look like?
And learn a little bit about you.
Yep.
Where did you come? Now you're in Framingham. Where did you originally come?
Oh, gosh, a million years ago, upstate New York. I was born in Urbana, Illinois, and then but I feel like a Bostonian. I mean, I've been here.
I know there's a college up there in upstate New York,
good Lord,
which is called Bard.
Yes, Bard. I was think Union College. Union. Okay. Love story. Yeah. Long time ago.
That's not that long ago.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was a while. Anyway.
That's a good picture too.
Thank you.
Did you use it on the other one too? Yes.
Great photographer.
Erica, how did I find out about you?
How did you find out about me?
Did I find out in one of the, they have local events in our newsletters, our newspapers. I wonder, like you had a book signing somewhere last night?
I had a book signing. The hardcover of Into the Jungle came out in May of 2019.
Okay.
And the paperback, which is much more affordable for folks, which is one reason I love paperback, came out 2 days ago.
This came out
Just came out 2 days ago, yeah.
All right, give us a brief story of what Into the Jungle is about.
So, Into the Jungle is about a young woman, a young American girl who, disaffected foster kid who is sort of really at loose ends, street kid basically, but can speak Spanish, goes down to Bolivia where she thinks she has a job. There's no job, but she falls madly, madly in love with a young Bolivian man. Yeah. And follows him to his jungle village where she has to survive. Yep. And the story actually, well, where did that come from, right, Erica? Where did that story come from? I met someone, her name is Pamela Rickenbach. And, the first person, just like you asked me, where did you grow up? Mm-hmm. And I asked her, where did you grow up? And she said, the Amazon. Yeah. I said, oh my gosh, tell me more. So that led into hundreds of hours of interviewing her for the inspiration for this story. And, she went when she was 16.
Was she a foster care?
It's so much like the main character.
That's great that you based it on that.
Yeah. So she was 16. She went to the Amazon. She didn't come back till she was 26. Mm-hmm. So imagine spending your formative years in the middle of the jungle, no running water, no electricity, surviving poachers, surviving, tribes, surviving missionaries, surviving this life.
Have you ever visited Bolivia? Right.
Bolivia. Yeah. No, but I did spend a month in the Peruvian Amazon doing research.
Good.
In the jungle. I won't say by myself. I did have a guide. That was an intense experience. That was in 2017.
Did you go alone or did you have someone?
I went by myself. I went by myself, yeah. Well, because I didn't want to be responsible for anyone else's happiness because I was doing research. I don't care if you're hot. We're in the jungle, and I need to do this. I traveled 4 hours out to to interview a shaman. I took long trips at night on dugout canoes to try to find animals. I mean, it was pretty crazy.
That's pretty neat. That's
So-
a big difference from Framingham.
Yeah,
The jungle.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. My husband wasn't too happy about it, but
He let you go alone.
He wasn't happy about it,
No.
but he let me go alone. He also let me go alone for this.
Yeah, no, that was
Research
it.
trip.
Yeah. Where was that now again?
So this was in the Allagash territory in northern Maine,
Yeah.
and for this trip, I really wanted to interview people. We'll go back to that, who live off the grid,
Uh-huh.
because that's a big part of this story. And I'd never been that far north in Maine, so I didn't know anyone who lived off the grid in Maine. So I called the Chambers of Commerce of Millinocket right up through Fort Kent. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? And always the answer was, yeah, I do, but they don't want to talk to you. They live
Yeah.
off the grid.
Yeah.
But then I kept pushing, and I ended up getting 7 interviews, 4 women, no, 4 men,
Mhm.
and 3 families who had just disappeared themselves. So that was scary too.
But I think you had a lot of fun doing
I
it.
had a lot of fun doing it,
Yeah.
but I had my mace, and you know, it's like people say, "Oh, that's so crazy, that's so crazy." Well, you know, I vetted every situation.
Mhm.
You know, I like,
Mm.
you know, he's not crazy. He's weird. He'll talk your ear off, but you're not in danger.
They are really way out
You know,
there.
They're
out there.
really way out there, and
way out there. It's a whole
and everyone
different
had their
world.
own reason. I was thinking, oh, everyone's running away from something. Well, not necessarily. But anyway, it all helped me formulate some of the characters that you'll read about.
All right. Now that came out in 2017.
Yes.
What have you been doing before you got into writing?
Before I got into writing, well, so I'll give you the quick nickel tour of my life. Yes, my writing life, my creative life. I'm basically a bit. I started doing fine arts as a painter. Painted until I was 27. I literally woke up one day and I said, I don't care about this anymore. I want to be a writer. So I started writing novels. They didn't go anywhere. I was funny, or I thought I was, so I started doing stand-up comedy. I did stand-up for 10 years. But I wasn't feeling like that was expressing everything that I wanted to express. So I got deeply into screenplays. I wrote a dozen screenplays. I became director of development for a film company. Went back and forth to LA. 9/11 happened. A lot of stuff came down after that. And I just went back to novels. And by then I was on my 10th novel.
Yeah.
And I was really frustrated.
But where are the rest of them?
A lot of them are. I have 2 self-published novels, and the rest are in the drawer where they should be
Oh, no,
because
but
they're so bad.
you didn't
They're
like
really,
them?
really bad. Well, you know, I have fondness for them, but it was before writing screenplays really taught me how to write books because
Yeah.
it taught me structure. Before that, I was very stubborn about structure.
We have a guest who comes in from New
Yeah.
York City.
Yeah.
He is a stage director. He's
Mhm.
also a poet. So when he's in Boston, he tries to make sure he gets down here.
Yeah.
Jim. Sorry, Jim, I can't remember your last name right now. Amazing. They come from all over the lot, but I was born
Yeah.
in Maine.
You were born in where?
But
Were you
in
born
Portland. That's
Oh, that's
closest to where
different.
everybody is.
There's another world.
Yeah,
But
it's a whole
you-
different
oh my
world.
gosh,
Now,
yes.
Into the Jungle. Tell us
Yes.
more about this story. Tell us more.
This story was it's probably the hardest book I've ever written because I didn't know the world before I started it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is at least in America.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, yes, it's a very strange part of America, different, but that was just extremely difficult. I had to deal with a lot of fears, to go by myself, and I learned a lot about myself in terms of what am I afraid of really? You know, I had to really dissect that.
Yeah.
Because millions of people live down there every day, and they're alive. They get through the day. So I did learn a lot about that, and
This came out when now? Just recently, right?
this came out 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Got the paperback version.
Before we go any further, how can people get a hold of Into the Jungle?
Into the Jungle, just go anywhere books are sold,
Mhm.
and well, of course, including Amazon. Anybody support your local bookseller. You know, go ahead
Westport,
and.
have you been to Tatnall?
Oh yes, I've been to Tatnach. Absolutely, support your local bookseller if you can. They add so much value to your experience,
do.
and
They do. How
let's
can they,
keep them
now they can
alive.
get this online. What if somebody wants to have you come and give an appearance and a book signing?
I'm pretty easy.
How do they get a hold
I'm
of
pretty
you?
easy. Just go to my website, which is just my name, ericaforensic.com. I have a whole contact tab. You can go in there. I'm pretty booked for March, but you know.
Good. How do you spell your last name? People are going to wonder about that.
Yeah, it's the last name is F as in Frank,
Mhm.
E-R-E-N as in Nancy, C-I-K. First name Erica.
Erica with a K.
With a C. With a C.
It has a C?
With a C. Yep.
I thought that was it. Oh
No,
my.
no.
Aha!
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So you grew up in the western part of the world, or
Oh, I grew up in upstate New York, and I don't know how that formed me in terms of making these books, but I just wanted to write books that I would want to read,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't think there's a book like that out there. But in order to write that book, I read dozens and dozens of books, watched a lot of movies, interviewed my friends, went to Peru.
did creative writing at BU, Boston University.
Yep.
Your work has appeared in Salon. These are magazines. Is it and the Boston Globe?
Mhm.
We know that well,
Mhm.
as well as on NPR.
Mm-hmm.
This is not in the span of 2 years. You wrote. It's got the second one out.
I've been working.
What are you doing now, though?
You know, I tell you, I was talking. I'm working on a new book.
Yeah.
And you know, having these wonderful interviews with you. This is kind of like the sexy part, but the real part of writing, not the real part, but it's thousands of hours by myself in my studio.
Do you prefer to do it on computer, or do you handwrite
Oh
it?
no, I don't handwrite anymore. I used to handwrite.
Yeah.
I did when I first started. I had this thing about energy has to come through my hands. Now it's like I can't read my handwriting. No, and I need to know my word count. I need to be able to manipulate the text. You know, moving body words and so on. But yeah, so I mean, every book takes at least a year full time.
At least that's pretty
At
good,
least
though.
a year, I know. And
Yeah.
I'm also do some editing on the side, but yeah.
You can
so
devote your life to writing now.
I can.
That's pretty amazing. And she
Yeah.
mentioned, I can't believe it. You're already a grandma, right?
Oh, my grandmother.
How old is the
5?
little one?
She's 5. She's so cute.
Oh,
I
God.
know.
Were you
What are you
surprised that early? I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, but it's good. My husband's especially happy. I mean,
yeah, he likes
loves
that.
being
He
a
must.
grandpa.
What does he think of your books, your husband?
My husband is the best dude. His name is George, and he's
Hi, George.
yeah, he's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Does
He's
he?
a-
What is
he's
he
a
into?
mensch,
Creative
you know?
things too, like you?
No, which is great because it's like I'm bad enough with my straight up creativity and wanting to be an artist like this.
Definitely.
Um,
Now, I
so-
asked her if she designs the covers, and you said no. Simon and Schuster does.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job on this.
Yeah.
Were you happy?
I love these covers, and that's an interesting question because I did self-publish a couple
Yeah.
books, and and you have to contract. Well, I contracted with some designers with mixed results. I mean,
Yeah.
they really know what they're doing. At Simon and Schuster.
I like what they did. Like, I've seen this in a lot of books now. They make this part shorter than the yellow part inside.
Right, to be flashy, and they also have. This is great that they have it's sort of textured. These
Yep.
the leaves are textured.
Yeah.
And they're throwing shadows on the
I can feel it on the
ladders.
title, yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, this one as well. That's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So you can get The River at Night and then Into the Jungle in any of our local bookstores, probably Tatnach, Barnes
Tatnach's
& Noble.
good. Is that
Barnes-
the closest to Tatnach?
Yeah, that's about 8 minutes up the
8
road.
minutes is good.
And Barnes & Noble, and all Barnes & Nobles.
Right, exactly. Or your local library. Love libraries.
Well, you're going to find the copies downstairs, of course,
true.
in the Upton Library. You just go to
I
the
am
back of the
nothing
room, and
against
there's
libraries.
you go to the back of the
Yeah.
room, and there is a dedicated author's space there. You can't miss
Yep.
it. I mean, so many authors have been on the program.
Yeah, they go right downstairs.
All they want, I want to see it. I want to see
I wanna
it.
see it,
It's
yeah.
another great way to get the word out. Because even if a person borrows it, they're like, if they're like me, I'm like, oh God, I want to buy this now. This is mine.
Right.
I want to keep it in my stash.
That's what I do.
And now that you've got these 2 books, right?
Mhm.
It's not even a series. It's like each one is independent.
That's right. It's not a series. Series are. I mean, I've never written a series, so I guess I could say in a sort of slick way that they would seem easier because you have a character that you can continue with. Yeah, these are standalone, and my next book is standalone as well.
Is it anything like these two?
A little bit. So the next book is called Girl in Ice.
Oh, wow. Is that a murder mystery, maybe?
It is a little bit.
Ooh.
And it takes place, I just got back from Greenland a few weeks ago, where I did research, and it's the story of a American linguist who is tasked to go to this very remote climate research facility in Greenland, where they have found this girl in the ice, and they've thawed her out alive, and she's speaking a language no one understands.
They actually were able to, she wasn't dead. They actually were able to thaw her out. How long had she been under the ice?
You gotta read the book.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Where did you get that idea?
I don't know. I'm insane. Well, I was reading about there's certain creatures that can freeze for an indefinite amount of time and wake up and they're just fine. Certain toads, salamanders, insects, even lichens.
Look at Ted Williams.
So look at Ted Williams.
Oh, God, did they take just his head?
Well, what about freezing eggs?
Wasn't it just his head?
I don't know. It's so important.
Oh, I don't know how any family member could do
maybe
that.
I think they have both parts separately somewhere.
God.
I know.
No.
I know. No way. No way.
Too far out for me.
When I go. Just to make note.
Well, it's not a spectator sport.
No.
You know, like,
I know.
just remember
You
me
just
the way
have
you
to-
knew me.
Yeah,
you know?
right, right.
Go on.
Yeah, I know.
So, now, like, some of the places you've been appearing a lot, where have you been?
Bunch of different libraries. Lots and lots of libraries. I'm on NPR in 3 weeks, so that's really exciting.
Well, how do people reach NPR if they don't know? What's the dial?
I don't know. I think you need to go. Google is king.
Yeah.
My name, Erica Ferencik. I don't even do it till March 24th.
Your first time on it, or you've been on it?
Yeah, no, but I mean for this.
Yeah.
A true interview, half an hour. So
that'll be great.
TV
TV is different than radio.
I know.
I know. I used to do radio years ago, and you don't have to care how you dress. I mean, you can just give me the microphone.
Yeah, I'm in my jammies.
This is totally
Yeah, I
different.
know. I'm not. These are not jammies.
No, she's not jammy.
These clothes. Just want to make that clear.
That's good.
Yeah, I know.
But we don't film from the waist down, so you can.
That's right. Oh, there you go. I could have worn my jammy bottoms. Oh well. Next
So now,
time.
where else have you been? What's some of the other places?
Really just libraries all over the place. Where did I do? Oh, of course, bookstores. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I launched the book in Brookline Booksmith. Then I went to Powell's in Portland.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Brookline Booksmith. Where is that now? Brookline.
Brookline, yeah. I went to Portland. I was on a bunch of TV shows there. Bunch of radio shows there. Again, it was like 8 months ago.
How did they find you, or did you find them?
I'm a publicist.
Mhm.
With Simon & Schuster, really helped me out a lot.
Good. I know. That's what I do.
So,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really helped me out.
Oh, yeah. Have you been up to the Book Lovers Gourmet up in Webster?
No, it
They
sounds
would
like I
love
should,
you.
though.
I know the owner. I'll tell you.
Tell me more later.
I will. She's
Give me
terrific.
the 411.
Oh, she is really, really good.
Good.
But there's so many bookstores coming out. We've got a new one out in Worcester, Bedlam. And,
fun.
God, yeah, they're popping up. Also, cafes are having authors come in.
Oh, yeah?
And so I've been scheduling a lot of my authors to hit this cafe. It's got good reviews.
And, I've been into Waterstone at Wellesley, which is a senior living facility. So
Good.
elegant.
I was just going to say senior center.
So elegant.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean...
Yeah, but they're going to pay us with a nose at Wellesley. You know
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, they did a beautiful job. They
Yeah.
bought, a bunch of my books, which was so...
So you gave a presentation
Gracious.
at the senior living?
Yeah. So all my presentations, I should say, remember I was going to send you photographs. I do a slideshow of my trip, talk about what it was like, show you some of the animals and crazy things that...
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, so if you go... Let's see. Again, you have to go to my website, but next Thursday, I think it's the 12th, I'm in Billerica at the library there, and then 2 weeks after that, I'm in Hamilton Wenham Library. I haven't memorized
Hamilton,
it.
is that Massachusetts?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's like North Shore.
The North Shore.
I haven't been there. I'm going to go. I'll be there.
The senior centers are also...
Senior centers are great.
we have some that are very active, and that's where I steer some, like Worcester. Huge. Right
Really?
up the road, 20 minutes.
I know. I never go west. I'm always going
Oh,
to
God, you gotta
Boston.
keep-
I know.
Oh, my God,
gosh,
yeah.
I
This
wanna
out
go.
this
There's
way.
life. There's life here.
Have
Great
you ever been
life.
to the Northborough Library?
No.
They're very interested in having authors.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So many things here.
Yeah.
But Worcester, Oh my God, I mean, the senior center, I've given a presentation up there, it's a huge room.
Mm.
And the Mendon Senior Center,
Okay.
I remember I sent a new author over there, and she thought, oh, this isn't going to work. I think she sold 20 copies.
Holy,
like,
that's a lot. And the
Yeah.
audience should know that's a lot of copies.
It is, it
You
is.
know, in one night.
She was
You know,
surprised.
really, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really, it depends
yeah.
on if they're really up. We have Upton Senior Center. They might love to have you come
Oh,
there
I would
too.
love to. I
Yeah,
would love to.
definitely.
I've done middle schools. I mean, like, these kids are fascinated by these animals and plants in this world that, you know, I like to say, I went to the jungle so you don't have to. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are really going to have that opportunity?
But I admire, how the heck did you get the courage to go alone? Let alone me getting on a plane.
I went alone. I mean, you know, let's be clear. So I went, you know, I got on the plane by myself. I got on the boat by myself.
Yeah.
But when I arrived, I was given my own room in this
Yeah.
lodge. It
But
was.
you didn't know anybody.
I didn't know anybody. No.
It did freak
But I
you
was
out.
there for research. Research is my friend.
Yeah, you like
you know,
that.
I like being by myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to entertain someone.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, while I'm out all day taking notes, what will they do?
Yeah.
It's a difficult, I mean, it's 100 degrees, 100% humidity.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
there were times, you know, and I don't like heat.
No, neither do I.
And I had to prepare myself
Yeah.
to be uncomfortable. I said,
But I like summer. The one
I
in
like
the
winter.
shade.
I'm a winter
In the
person.
shade.
In the shade.
Were you born in the winter? They say
I was
we like.
born in the fall, so I
Okay.
love fall.
All right. They say we tend to favor the climate we were born in.
That's right.
So I was born in August, and I like a mild summer,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shade and all
Right.
that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
you have how many children?
Well, actually, I have a stepmom of
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
But we've been married 25 years.
Are they millennials like my son?
Yeah, I guess they are 35 and 36. That's
I don't know. My son's
millennial.
only 27, but I don't know what I've got to look up the span.
I'm pretty sure that's millennial.
Yeah. It's funny, being a baby boomer and you raise a millennial boy, let me tell you, it's quite an experience.
Yeah,
Can we
but they're
look
great with the computers, right?
My son the only reason I learned to text was because my 20-something son, that's the only
That's the
thing
only
he
way.
wanted to do.
That's the only way he would talk to
If
you.
I sent him an email, I could wait for years before I
Yeah,
get back.
or a phone call. Or they don't. They just call you back. They don't listen to it. If they call you back.
I have to say, did you get my emails that I sent? He'll flood me with them, but then
Yeah.
he won't read what I read.
Right.
It's a whole different world.
It's a whole different
Oh
world.
my God. So, now, again, how can they get your book? Copies of your books?
They can go to any bookstore, favorite bookstore, go online, Google it. Man, do you have choices. You can also get audio versions. That's available. There's a wonderful woman who did the audio.
How about the little Kindle thing?
Totally Kindle, if that's your bag. Not my bag, but people swear by it.
Yeah. I don't read that. I want a
I-
book.
I want a book.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, you're the first one I've met, though. This is good. I'm not alone. As
What?
far as authors go, that I
Yeah.
just prefer this.
Just books. I mean, you know, I just stare at screens all day. I literally have eye problems from staring at screen. I have carpal tunnel.
Me
I have
too.
eye problem.
Nice.
I'm like, no, I can't.
Did you get computer? I just recently got computer glasses just to read.
I didn't know they existed. What are computer glasses?
Okay. When you go to the eye doctor, to get your checkup.
Right.
Guys. Okay.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, look, I'm having a hell of a time, and I've got new lenses here. That's not the issue, but
Mhm.
they get tired. They
Yeah.
get dry.
Yeah.
So she said, I'm going to write you a script for computer glasses. And all you do, it's funny, you take this, put it up here, put on your computer glasses, it's up and down. To read here, I have to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
have these.
Yeah.
To look at the computer for any length of time,
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
And it does help, what I remember, but it does help.
But the computer glasses aren't prescription, are they?
Mine were.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. She's not horsing around. I have an astigmatism.
I see.
And that's why she said, yeah, you're going to have to get computer glasses.
Oh my gosh.
But
I've
you know what?
never
If
heard of
do you
that.
have dry eye at all?
Yeah, now
Okay,
I do.
big time I do. And that can really aggravate it,
Right.
looking at the screen.
Yeah.
It's like you're itching, you're going
Oh,
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I just finally caved and said to her, what do I do?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be able to read through the computer.
Yeah. Exactly.
She just said, computer glasses.
Yeah. I'll have to give that a shot.
Now,
All the joys of.
I don't know if they
Aging.
sell those in the stores or not.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so also downstairs you can get into the jungle and the river at night. We're talking with Erica Ferencik, and she is I would say, a local author.
Yep.
How did you get the courage to get on a plane and go to a foreign country alone? I don't know how you did it.
I mean, I got on the plane, and it was kind of step by step. You know, the flight from Miami to Lima was the hardest one to get on, because that was really the separation point from this country to a place I'd never been. But I get on the plane, and everyone has a head and 2 arms and 2 legs, and they look normal, and it's very normal, and actually the plane was quite nice, and you know, I had read so much about it, though. I sort of knew what I was coming into, and I knew exactly why I was there and what I had to do, so that was very great. And honestly, I mean, I stayed at this place called Amazonia Expeditions. And what a professional place. I mean, this is the oldest, you know, lodge in the Amazon, the most remote, and I was so well taken care of. You know, 3 meals a day.
They took care of you.
Of course, they took total care of me. I had my own room.
Great.
I had my own guide for 3 trips a day.
That is good.
So he spoke English, you know, not perfectly, but who cares? We can understand each other. And they knew I was writing a book, and they were very solicitous as to, well, what is it that is going to help you write it, and where can it take you? What is it that you need to know? And it was hard to get the shaman, because the first time we went to see him, he didn't show up. And it's like,
we have one locally right here in Upton.
oh, you do? Yeah.
She's terrific.
Yeah.
Really, really like her a lot. What was I going to say? The new book coming out, is it going to be in the same type of form?
The new book, Girl and Ice, is going to come out. Girl and Ice, I'm still writing.
That sounds fantastic.
You know, thank you. That is, gosh, I don't know.
You're through researching it already? Or no?
Yeah, I'm deep into it.
So now
I'm deep into writing it, and it. Let's see, so it was 2020. I would say 2021 sometime.
Let me know.
You know.
Let me know.
I'll let you know.
Oh God, yeah. That's the Girl in Ice.
Yes.
And how did she get there? I mean, can you tell us that, or did she fall, or was she shoved?
Well, it's part of the book. It's part of the book. It's
You're
part
bad.
of the book. Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, you got me on pins and needles.
Part of the book.
Thank you, Erica, for being with us.
Thank you so
We'll get her back.
Okay.
But I want to see here this book, The Girl in Ice, and they find her under the
ice,
and they like warm her up and bring her to life.
They do.
Unbelievable. I like your imagination. These
Thank
are
you so much.
unbelievable.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time and be my guest.
Thank you. Thanks.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems. Moving through the clouds.